Hello YouTube followers. Today it's me and the whiteboard, and I have a velocity banking case study that I want to share with you guys today. So this is somebody that I was working with, and I want to show you guys this because these are the type of people that I want to be working with. She had negative cash flow at the time, and our focus was not velocity banking. It's how can we solve this cash flow crunch, because she was burning $148 a month in cash, and there's nothing you can really do to solve that issue other than increasing your cash flow first. Then we can attack debt with velocity banking. So this is what I want to be doing. I want to work with people for free on how they can do this and create that game plan, that 3 to 6 month strategy on how you can improve your cash flow, so then you can start to do velocity banking. And I understand that these people don't have any money, which is why I want to be doing it for free. And we'll just jump right into the video, and I'll talk to you guys about how we can go about solving this. So the big issue I always tell people is that you don't have a spending problem as much as you do have an income problem. And that's the problem, or the most difficult thing to solve when you're a low income earner making $15 to $25 an hour, is how do you just increase your income as quickly as possible? And there's a couple things that we can consider once we go over your profile and see where you're at. So the quickest win that you can get is to adjust your W-4 form. She had a huge tax return, so doing this will actually be more beneficial. Instead of giving your money to the government, you keep it in your pocket, and then you just get a less tax return at the end of the year. So by doing this, you get a quick win. You can increase your paycheck by as much up to $80 a month. So that's a quick win. And then we kind of look at your situation and see, maybe can you get a raise or a promotion at your job, right? So that's one thing that we look at. The next thing, let's see if you can get a raise. The next thing is we have to consider maybe getting a part-time job, which is a quicker win, right? When you are considering getting a raise or promotion, that might take a little bit of time. You might have to ask your manager what you have to do in order to get that. So in the meantime, you might as well get a part-time job just to increase that income. And that's what we did in this case. So we got a part-time job, working an additional 18 hours on the weekend, which will help increase the income and help increase the cash flow almost immediately. But once we do this, where we get our quick increase in cash flow, we do need to optimize our expenses, because that is also another lever that we can pull in order to increase our cash flow, so we can start to eliminate debt as quickly as possible. So when we look at our expenses, she does not pay rent, which is why I put a little asterisk right here, but she pays everything else down here. She does have a partner that pays the rent, and that's why I didn't include it in these numbers. But when you add all these up, that's where I came up with the $2,520. So when I looked at all these, the first thing that jumped out to me was this. And she does have 4 lines because she has children that have phones as well. So I looked at this and I saw that they were paying for insurance, and simply just by removing the insurance, that reduced the cost by $75 a month. So we were able to get that down to under $300. So that puts it at $285 if my math is correct. I'll adjust it if it's not correct. $285 or $295, I believe. So we got that down. The car we really couldn't do anything about, but the insurance was something we can do about. And the thing that I am big on is paying your insurance up front for the first 6 months, because they give you a discount Plus it also improves your cash flow by this amount of number. And we want to put that on a 0% interest credit card. So the way that I told her that we should go about doing this is that she actually has $3,000 in savings. This was actually tax return money that was left in here. And I always tell people, if you're not making a lot of money, that really doesn't make sense to save money, because the banks are giving you 0.5% on your money here. But these credit cards, if you don't pay them off, are charging interest rates anywhere up to 24%. So that's reverse compound interest. So if we can take the money from here and pay these two off, which is what I suggested, then we actually free up cash flow and we improve our credit score simultaneously, so we can then apply for a 0% interest credit card. And again, I like Citi. They have amazing balance transfer credit cards, so that's what I recommended. You can also use Discover. Discover credit cards are also amazing for 0% interest, and they give you long terms, 15 months to pay it off. So we're not as concerned with putting high amounts of debt on there, at least initially. We just want to free up cash flow. And by putting this on the credit card, we free up $260 of cash flow, right? Then the next thing we look at is gas. Again, we can use a mobile app that'll help save us some money on gas, but it's not a huge thing that we're looking at right now. This was the next huge thing. And she does like to eat out a lot. So my recommendation was that, you know, we go into conservation mode for maybe 3 to 6 months on food and see if we can get this down to 600, right? Because we also have to factor in that she does have children, and you know, you gotta be able to provide for them too as well. So we only want to cut that down to 600, which will free up $200 in cash flow. And then the rest of this stuff pretty much stays the same, except for the debts now are wiped out. So we also increased this by $700. So this was a 3 to 6 month game plan. And if everything is executed perfectly, I mean, we add 200. That's 270 right there, right? And then we're adding 75 and 260. So let's look at that. So we get 535 plus 75. So we're looking at reducing our expenses by almost $600, which will put us underneath 2. So let's just say it's about this. And then we increased our income. Remember, we got the second job. We adjusted the W-2 form, and we're getting this all the way up to around here. So in the span of 3 to 6 months, we went from burning cash flow, right? Just a lot of expenses and a lot of debt, to, right, having a cash flow of almost $800, right? And I mean, this is real simple. Like, the numbers are here. There's nothing too complicated about it. So just by simply adjusting and tweaking certain things, I came up with a game plan, 3 to 6 months, and we improved this. And now that we have the cash flow, then we can start doing velocity banking to attack the student loan debt, because the student loan debt is really high. We can also attack the car loan, because the car loan also is an inefficient loan. So we can begin to attack these things, and then they become debt free. Then once they become debt free, then we invest in recurring income, right, to become financially independent. So that is the process, the 3-step process, right? The pre-game work, we improve our cash flow if it's negative, right? Then we do velocity banking. We try to 10x our income and eliminate debt. And then we invest in recurring income to become financially independent. So that is the simple process. It's 3 steps. And this is step number 1 on the journey. These are the type of people that I want to be working with. The people that are really struggling, that have negative cash flow, that feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck. And I'm going to show you that in 3 to 6 months, you can change this really quickly. You can change your situation really quickly. And then we can begin to 10x our income and define the lifestyle that you want to live. we can begin to live that exact lifestyle. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to make more case studies. And if you guys want me to work on your specific numbers too, leave a comment in the description down below, or leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll get back to you and see if I can work your numbers and put them in a YouTube video. So thank you guys. And that's all I got for you, and talk to you soon.